guys, welcome back to our channel. We're the Garso Twins. I'm Britta. And I'm Carly. We would love it if you would subscribe down below and like this video if you enjoy it. Today we're doing our February favorites. Short month, so kind of a short list, so let's get into it. Okay, I'm starting with my all-time favorite, which, not all-time, but for the month, which is kind of ironic because I crimped my hair today, but I have been loving the Dryad Bar Velcro rollers. I only brought one out here. I use the smaller size, so if you buy the Dryad Bar pack, there's a larger size and a smaller one. Obviously, my hair is like medium length right now, medium to long, so it's not super long. I feel like if it got longer, I would use the larger ones, but I have a TikTok demoing how I do my like everyday blowout, but it's so easy. You essentially put it in a scrunchie and divide it into 4 sections, and I use these and let it sit for 20 minutes, and it just gives you those like bouncy, effortless like curls, and I love it. It's so easy. I just, you know, sometimes I like do it too much, so I went back to crimping today, but I'll link the tutorial down below if you're interested, and I get these on Amazon. I think that only 2 of them come in one pack, maybe 3. So I had to buy 2 packs, but again, then you also have the big ones if you need those. And I just like them because they like really hold really well. Okay, a lip find that I know I'm just going to be wearing like all summer long is this Sephora Sheer Matte Lip Balm. These are $10 at Sephora. They're exactly what they say. We've used these a ton on TikTok too. Yeah. We have the shades Fuchsia, we both do. And then I also got the shade Pink. And it's just like the perfect, like it's like a matte, like semi-matte lipstick that also kind of feels like a waxy balm. Like they have a lot of pigmentation, but it doesn't make your lip lines like exaggerated like a lot of matte lipsticks do. Like you can still see some shininess, some balminess. They're so nice. My only complaint is that they don't have a red, because a red in this formula would have been perfect. And it's shocking because the Sephora collection has some of the best reds. Yeah. So I don't know why they didn't launch it in a red, but I love this product. We bought Fuchsia and I thought like, oh my god, I love this. It's kind of like a berry, like a deep berry. But now I think the pink, which is like a cool tone pink, is like my favorite. They're both so good. Okay, we know that this mascara has had so much controversy, but we personally love it. The L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. I've been wearing this every day, and we filmed a Get Ready With Me. I'm not sure which will be up first, but I talked about how I use the Milani, what is it called? I can never remember either. The new Milani like Thrive dupe lash extensions. I don't even know what it's called, you guys, but the one in the teal tube. I use that, a really thin layer of that, kind of as like my mascara primer these days, because it is a tubing formula, so it doesn't smudge and it doesn't irritate my eyes. And then I'll go over top with the L'Oreal, and I really like that combination because I feel like the Milani really helps to like lock the mascara in place, and sometimes L'Oreal mascaras can irritate my eyes, but when I do it this way, it doesn't. And wearing it today, I just feel like it adds the perfect amount of volume, the perfect amount of lift. It's really black. I just love it. Yeah, it's so good. It flakes a little bit, but nothing crazy. It does flake on me. My tube's pretty old. I need to repurchase, and now it's like sold out everywhere. No, it's on Amazon. Oh, really? Yeah. It's back in stock? It was sold out. Okay. Well, I need to reorder it because it's flaking on me now, but only until I've had it for like 3 months. Yeah. Okay, a blush favorite. This is one of the new shades of the M Cosmetics So Soft blush sticks. They launched 3 new shades. This one is our favorite. It's Demure. It's like a perfect neutral nude, like a rose nude. We'll insert a swatch. And it just looks, they're like exactly the blushes we like, where they're like a beigey nude that has like some rose to it. Nothing too like pink or blushy. Like it just looks like a natural flush. Especially this formula, it's like so soft, yeah, that it just looks so natural on the cheeks. I've worn this, I ironically don't have it on today, but I've worn it like every day this week just because it gives your cheeks the perfect amount of color just for like an everyday blush. Okay, next up is a gua sha. You don't have to buy this specific gua sha. Because I do the gua sha in the shower, I broke my green one, and then I just liked this black one because it's just black. So it's like $6 on Amazon. I'll link it below. But overall, I just have found gua sha-ing my face in the morning to really help kind of like depuff. Like I feel like for so long I would have to use my like hydrogel eye patches every single day because my under eyes were just so puffy, and by doing this every morning in the shower, I just do, I mean I can do like a whole thing, like I could do a TikTok. If you guys are interested, let me know down below. But I do my gua sha in the shower because then I feel like it's so much easier, because then you don't have to put oil on your face. You just have water and you do it, and it like just, you know, stimulates the blood flow in the face, and I feel like when I get out of the shower, like my puffiness is gone. So I've been loving this, and it's so easy. It's essentially free. You buy this once and then, you know, you have that tool until you break it like I did. Okay, this is such a random favorite, but like probably like 2 months ago, I discovered Depop, and I mean, I always knew what it was, but now I found it to be like, I don't know, I find like such good stuff on there, like more than Poshmark. So I wanted to recommend it. I found like Vagabond loafers that I think I got for like $50. They normally retail for $200. They were so gently used. It's basically like a resale app like Poshmark, but there's also a lot of people that have like vintage stores on there. So I found a vintage leather jacket and I got it for $40, and it's in pristine condition, 100% leather. Like, you can find such good stuff. I feel like if you follow people that have like vintage finds, they're constantly posting on there. You can like make offers if you think the price is too high. The only thing is the shipping is inconsistent. Like the jacket I ended up buying, the seller ended up being in Los Angeles, which I wish they would have lowered the shipping because it was like $12, but I knew it didn't cost that much because they were in the same city. Like, they didn't know when they were listing it that they were going to sell someone in the same city. But that's my only complaint, is that the shipping isn't like a flat fee. But there's such good finds on there. Like, so many good shoes, just like search anything. Jackets, purses. Yeah, purses, really good stuff. Okay, next up is my book favorite of the month. I read a few books. My favorite was The Cheat Sheet. This one was actually sent to us in a PR package from Wander Beauty, and it was on both of our lists to read. And then I saw that Katie of Beach Reads and Bubbly was talking about it and how much she loved it, so I took it off my bookshelf and immediately read it. I loved this. I did a TikTok review, so I can link that down below too. But it's basically about Nathan and Bree. They're best friends since high school. They met running one day, and they quickly became best friends. And then Bree had a car accident. I don't think this is giving too much away. And she was a dancer, and so it kind of like derailed her dance career to be able to do it professionally. And then Nathan went off to college, and so they kind of lost touch in college. And then they both ended up in Los Angeles, in Long Beach specifically, which I loved because we went to college there. And they both like randomly met at a coffee shop and then just kind of like picked up where they left off, and they had been best friends ever since. So that was, I think, like 7 years ago when this book, like present day. And so Bree has like a dance studio. She teaches little kids ballet and whatnot. And then Nathan actually plays for the NFL. So they're both successful in like their two sports. And they both have like a crush on the other person. It's unrequited love. And it is silly to me that like you would let so many years go by. But they did say that they were never single at the same time, so I guess that also kind of makes it more realistic. Anyway, one night, Bree is out with Nathan and his like football buddies, and she gets a little toasty, and she ends up in the bathroom with this woman who she thinks is just like being friendly to her. Unbeknownst to her, the woman is a reporter, and Bree kind of like tells her that she's in love with her best friend Nathan. It's breaking news that like Nathan's best friend loves him, and so their PR consultant says that they should pretend to be a couple, do the Super Bowl commercial because it'll be like good money for them and good for their image, and then, you know, so they're basically like faking this relationship.
Fake dating trope.
Fake dating trope. Also friends to lovers. So you guys know I'm enemies to lovers, but this friends to lovers story I really, really loved because I felt like they were actual friends. Like, you know, sometimes when you're reading a friends to lovers book, you're like, these two people are not friends. And to me, they were best friends. Like, they barely even hugged each other. They like were like very platonic. And so I felt like it was more believable, and then like their relationship slowly progressed, and they kind of had to get past the like awkward phase. So it was so cute. I love that football was involved. I love that they lived in Long Beach. I loved both of them individually. It was great. Fantastic read. Okay, my favorite book of the month was an advanced copy I got from NetGalley. So I guess if you're a big reader, get on NetGalley because you can get advanced copies of books before they come out. This is the first one I was able to get, which I was so excited about because it's Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, and she wrote Nora Goes Off Script, which was one of my favorite reads of 2022. And this one, I've looked it up because I thought it came out in April, but it actually doesn't come out till June. But hopefully you can get your hands on it as soon as it's out because I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. So it follows Wyatt and Sam. It's very similar to Every Summer After and Love in Other Words. Like, it's similar in the storyline, but this author has such a unique way of depicting characters, like different than any other author I've ever read. So it follows Sam and Wyatt. they have like cottages, not cottages, but like cabins on a lake in Long Island. Or I guess is it in the ocean? I don't even know. That was the one thing I was confused about. I don't know much about like outside of New York, but I guess it would be an ocean.
Or like a bay.
Yeah, because they kind of describe it as like they can swim from one area to the next, but I'm like, wouldn't this be, yeah, like maybe it's a bay. But anyway, they own these like cabins on Long Island, and since they're like 6 years old, they both see each other every summer, and obviously they're just friends when they're little. But when they start to get older, like they kind of start to have like feelings for each other. They, you know, I don't know, they just develop like these little crushes. And then once they're like 17, 18, they kind of become like romantically involved. And there's some things that happen that tear them apart, which is really similar to Every Summer After. And then you see them like 10 years later, and Sam is engaged and she's like working and living in New York City, and Wyatt lives in Los Angeles, which he moved there right from when they were kids to pursue music. And so he's back at his mom's cabin next door, and she goes to visit her parents with her fiance. It's his first time being there. And so they see each other for the first time in like 10 years, and obviously it brings back a lot. It's kind of like a roller coaster of a few days. And I don't want to spoil too much, but it's just,
it's like not out yet.
Yeah, but it's just so good. There's just, like I said, there's just intricacies with each character, and like you can really like relate to all of them. I loved every person in her family. Like they were so just, like everything about them was so detailed. I just loved it. This book was so surprising to me. I think I liked it better than Nora Goes Off Script, which I loved. So this author is just one of my favorites, but highly recommend. It's going to be the perfect summer read. Like it'll be the best beach read. I also quickly wanted to mention I read Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, but that was also an advanced reader copy. I didn't want to like spoil it, so I'll probably talk about it in like our next book roundup, because that one comes out in April, so not too much longer.
Yeah.
But 5 out of 5, best book I've read in so long. Thank you guys so much for watching our monthly favorites, and we'll see you in the next one.